What is up, all my lovely subjects? It's uh, Master Salazar here, and today I'm going to finally be giving my lovely subjects the story time of how I got into my girl, one of my favorite pop singers ever, King Princess. I've been trying to record this story time for a month, over a month now. Because I told you guys, um, it was like a month ago when I did my story time about how I got into Green Day. I told you guys I was going to do a story time about how I got into my girl King Princess. But I I've been trying to record this story time for a month now. And YouTube just doesn't, for some reason, sometimes it doesn't seem to want to let me upload this story time. And I don't know why, but that's just what's been happening. So, hopefully today we can finally get this right. Um, so, anyway, my girl King Princess, I found King Princess myself on YouTube about. I've known about her for like a year, I want to say. About a year. Maybe a little over a year now that I think about it. Because it was right around the time when she released her EP, Make My Bed. And the first song that I heard from King Princess, which is not a total shocker to me, is her very first single, 1950, which is just letting everyone know that King Princess is not into men at all. And then after that, I listened to her second single, Talia. And then after that, I listened to the entire Make My Bed EP, which has Make My Bed, Talia, Upper West Side, Holy, and 1950. Ironically, at least to me, this is a little ironic. Even though I love 1950 so much, Holy, the anthem for tops, that's the way that King Princess describes it, is my favorite song from the Make My Bed EP. And I like this entire EP, but the two songs that I don't like as much as the other three are Make My Bed and Upper West Side. I mean, yes, like the title track Make My Bed is like a minute and a half long, and it's not, it doesn't make that much sense to me. Yes, I like the way it sounds, I like the lyrics, but this opening track for her EP doesn't sound like it makes a lot of sense to me. It's very confusing to me. And then the next single, Talia, I can't figure out what Talia is supposed to be about, but I have my own suspicions that this song was meant to be a song kind of about um like King Princess wanting to be with this girl but not being able to. But like in this song she says like, if I take 4 drinks and then I'm wasted and then I can see you dancing, I can lay down next to you at the foot of my bed. I'm trying to think of the rest of the chorus here. I haven't listened to this song for like a month. Okay, so this chorus to Talia says 4 drinks, I'm wasted. I can see you dancing. I can lay down next to you at the foot of my bed. Sorry, I need to go back again. Because it's. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've actually listened to this song. I can see you dancing. I can lay down next to you at the foot of my bed. If I drink enough, I can taste your lips and I can lay down next to you, but it's all in my head. If I drink enough, I swear that I will wake up next to you. So someone please tell me if I'm wrong, because I've never fully understood this chorus, but I feel like King Princess might be just trying to say that she has feelings for this girl that she's deciding to call Talia in this song. And she can't really tell her. She doesn't know how to tell her. And she feels like if she gets drunk, she'll be able to tell this girl her true feelings. I could be completely wrong with my idea of what this song is supposed to be about, but I don't know. But that's the idea that I kind of get from Talia. Upper West Side, I'm not a big fan of this song very much. I listened to the song like 4 times and I haven't listened to it since like the fourth time I listened to this EP. So I don't remember this song at all, honestly. because from what I remember, I kind of liked this song, but Upper West Side doesn't sound that great to me. I think this is probably supposed to be another love song. Because King Princess seems to be all about love songs. At least she was for her EP. And then her debut album seemed to be kind of like a breakup album mixed in with a love album. But I'll get into that when I get to her debut album. Okay, apparently Upper West Side is supposed to be another love song. And I guess it's probably supposed to be about people judging people like me and King Princess, because I'm bisexual, like judging the LGBT and everything, like in a bad way, and like constantly putting hate on the LGBT, kind of. That's that's kind of the vibe I'm getting from Upper West Side. I have a feeling I am completely wrong though. But anyway, after Upper West Side is Holy, which is the anthem for Tops, which is my favorite song from this EP, mostly because of the lyrics and how freaking beautiful this song sounds. It is amazing. I love it so much. And then 1950, which was her debut single, talking about how just letting everyone know that she's not into men at all. And then I'm not going to say the name of this song that she released after she released the last video that she made for the Make My Bed EP, because I'm not sure if YouTube is going to let me say it. But there was a song that she released that I'm not sure if I was the only one that thought it was the first single for the Cheap Queen album, but when she released it, I thought that it was going to be the first single for Cheap Queen, but it wasn't. She released a random single basically just glorifying the fact that she is lesbian. And that's really all I can say about that. But then after she released like the lesbian anthem, uh she released the very first single for her debut album, Cheap Queen, which is the name of the song too, Cheap Queen, which is, I think, like, she said this whole album is supposed to describe the worst and most vulnerable year of her life, which I'm not sure how it's really supposed to do that, but it kind of does, I guess. But Cheap Queen, I feel like, is kind of just a song about women, King Princess in particular, who can act super cheap and gross and everything at the same time. She's a freaking queen. And she can act like that too. So I think Cheap Queen is just trying to describe King Princess's personality. Maybe. And then I want to say maybe like 2 or 3 weeks after she released Cheap Queen, she released a random single that I don't really think should have been a single titled Useless Phrases. Useless Phrases was supposed to be kind of like a prelude intro track to Cheap Queen. But I feel like that should not have been a single, but King Princess decided to make it a single for some unknown reason. But then after that, the third single she released for this album was Profit, which is one of my favorite songs from this album, which is kind of King Princess describing a situation where she can only think about this one girl and what it's like to just be around her and spend time with her and everything. And then a month after she released that, she released what I thought was going to be the last single for the Cheap Queen album. But at this point, I'm not sure, at least I know for a fact that I didn't know what the name of her debut album was going to be because I kept thinking, what the hell is this album going to be called? But anyway, after Profit, a month after that, she released a very sad and very relatable song called Ain't Together, which is about it. It's supposed to describe a situation where like these two people are like really good friends and they say I love you, and at least one of them has feelings for the other one, and like they're saying like fully saying I love you, but they're not together. Actually, King Princess, I saw a video where she was describing the lyrics to this song. This is supposed to describe a situation that she went through. She was friends with this one girl and they were fully saying I love you, but they weren't dating. Like they weren't together. And then I thought that was going to be the last single, but it wasn't. Because little did we all know, after Ain't Together, a month after she releases Ain't Together, little did we know this woman was going to release the anthem for bottoms because, I mean, she wrote Holy as the anthem for tops for the Make My Bed EP. So why not release an anthem for bottoms called Hit the Back? And that's all I can really say about that. Ironically, Hit the Back did end up being my favorite song from this album, but not because of the fact that it's the anthem for bottoms. Like, I don't think anyone's really gonna care if I say this. I'm not a bottom, but it's Hit the Back is still my favorite song from this whole album. Usually, when someone that I like releases an album, usually my favorite song doesn't end up being one of the singles. But there are rare times when that happens, and Cheap Queen was one of those albums. Cause like, let's see, the track listing for the Cheap Queen album is Tough on Myself, Useless Phrases, Cheap Queen, Ain't Together, Do You Wanna See Me Crying, Homegirl, Prophet, Isabel's Moment, Trust Nobody, Watching My Phone, You Destroyed My Heart, Hit the Back, and If You Think It's Love. So she made 13 songs for this album. Tough on Myself, the opening track, is a song that I 100% can relate to. Because King Princess is talking about how I feel like with this song, she might be trying to tell her fans that she isn't always totally happy with herself and her life. I can relate to that because depression, even though mine's been getting better. But I feel like King Princess might be going through depression because of this opening track, Tough on Myself. And then after Tough on Myself, we have the intro track to the title track, Cheap Queen, Useless Phrases, and then Cheap Queen, and then Ain't Together. And then we have another song, which is kind of like an interlude track, right? Yeah, it's kind of like an interlude. Do You Want to See Me Crying? This entire song is just her saying, "Do you want to see me cry, girl?" I like the beat, but the lyric is just. I would have liked to hear a little more in this song, but it's already been released for like a month, so whatever. But yeah, Do You Want to See Me Crying is kind of like an interlude, which I think is supposed to lead up into the sixth track, Homegirl, which is a love song, kind of. Pretty much, like, this song, I feel like, is just telling a story of Cheap Queen and King Princess, because they're sort of the same person, but not. Like, it's kind of like Melanie Martinez and Crybaby. They're kind of the same person, but Crybaby is supposed to be a character. And I feel like Cheap Queen might be like a character that King Princess wanted to do for her first album. I have a feeling I'm completely wrong though. But anyway, Homegirl is a song about. I'm not sure if. I might be wrong, but I feel like with every song that she's talking about on this album, that, like, where she talks about some certain girl, it might be the same girl she's talking about in Ain't Together, but I could be wrong. I have a feeling I'm probably wrong, because this whole album is supposed to describe the worst and most vulnerable year of her life, which is why some of this album is depressing. But I still love it. But Homegirl's kind of supposed to be a love song, like, kind of telling a story of, like, her and this girl, or, like when they're in public, they, like, King Princess is trying to tell this girl, like, you don't have to try and make it known that we're together in public if you don't want to, but we can still have fun and do stuff at home and everything, I guess. And then after that, we have the single Prophet, which is, again, pretty much King Princess just trying to say that she has feelings for this girl that she's with, and she can only focus on this girl and think about her and everything. And then we have Isabel's Moment, which is, I feel like this song features some guy named Tobias Jesso Jr., who I never heard of him until the first time I listened to this freaking song. But yeah. Um the only thing he says in this song is this how it's gonna be? But yeah. Isabel's moment I feel like is kind of supposed to be a love song and a breakup song mixed into one. Because like the verses are kind of, to me they kind of sound like a love song, but the chorus sounds like a breakup song. It's strange, but I like it. Anyway, after Isabel's moment is Trust Nobody, which is kind of like King Princess is trying to tell the girl she's with. She has a girlfriend right now. I'm not sure who it is. I knew, but I forgot her name. She's pretty much trying to say with Trust Nobody that the girl she's dating is like the only person she actually trusts, I guess. And then track 10, Watching My Phone, is kind of King Princess is kind of alone somewhere, looking at her phone, waiting for her girl to text her or call her or something, I guess. And then after that, there's You Destroyed My Heart, which the title might be a little self explanatory, but it's kind of talking about, like, again, I'm not sure if it's the same girl she was talking about with Ain't Together and, like, Profit and stuff, but You Destroyed My Heart is like your typical breakup song, but it sounds different from your typical breakup song. But it's pretty much just her saying that this girl she was with completely destroyed her. And then track 12, Hit the Back, the anthem for bottoms. And then the last track, track 13, is If You Think It's Love, which is her trying to tell her, probably her girlfriend that she has right now, that, like, if you're not sure if what we have is love, but if you do think that it's love, this is love. This is my way of, like, everything I'm doing is my way of showing you that I love you, pretty much. And also, like, if you feel like I trust you and if you trust me, this is love and trust, pretty much. So, yeah, that is the Cheap Queen album. She doesn't have that many music videos for this album. Cause, like, let's see. She has a music video for the title track, Cheap Queen. She has a lyric video slash music video for Ain't Together. She has a music video for Profit and a dance video for Hit the Back. I have my own ideas on songs that she might make music videos for. Like, Tough on Myself, I feel like would need some visuals. Uh, Homegirl, in my opinion, needs some visuals. Trust Nobody needs some visuals. And maybe Watching My Phone and definitely You Destroyed My Heart would need some visuals. But we'll see, because the last music video that she made for the Cheap Queen album was, I believe, was a dance video for Hit the Back before she released the whole album. Yeah, she made a dance video for Hit the Back, and then she made some video called Playboy School of Pop, where she also put the song Hit the Back in that video. So basically, the last video she made was for Hit the Back, and then I guess I missed it last night, but my girl was on SNL last night and she performed 1950, and weirdly enough, in my opinion, she also performed Hit the Back, which, like, when I found out that it was like last Monday, I found out King Princess was going to be on Saturday Night Live. I didn't think she was going to perform anything from the Make My Bed EP. I thought this girl was going to perform 3 songs from Cheap Queen. And the songs that I thought she was going to do were Tough on Myself, Ain't Together, and You Destroyed My Heart. But that's not what she did. Because she did 1950 and Hit the Back. The only reason I didn't think that she was going to perform Hit the Back on Saturday Night Live was because I wasn't sure if she would even be allowed to perform that song on national television because of the fact that there are some